So what I'm going to do is draw a prism. There you go. All right, there's a prism. Go ahead and draw one for yourself. The best way to do it is draw the top face, the top rectangle like this, then draw the bottom rectangle like this underneath. Then connect the vertices. And you can, to give a 3D effect, you can put dotted lines. So let me do that again. Nice. Top face, bottom face, and then connect them with lines. You want to do that for me? So the surface area is just that. I want the area of all 6 surfaces. And you can see that this has 6, what we call faces. There's 2 faces on the left and the right. I'll go ahead and color them red. Look at the 2 faces on the left and the right. The 2 faces on the top and bottom, I'll put a blue. And then the front and back are the clear ones. If I find the area of all 6 faces and add them up, that's the surface area. So look at what's in my hand. I have this prism in my hand. It's all purple. Right now it's only 2-dimensional because look, it's flat. But when I fold it in on itself, it becomes 3-dimensional. This is way better than the phone. Look at this. It becomes 3D. Okay? This is called a net. Whenever you have a 3D figure open up into a 2-dimensional figure, they call that a net. I'm going to pass it around. Check it out. Just close it on itself and then pass it around. Make sure that your edges are 10 feet, 3 feet, and 5 feet. You're going to look at it, just pass it around. So let's first find the surface area. Now, the surface area formula on our notes or on that formula guide, the one you're going to use is this one here. You're going to use the general prisms formula for surface area, which is the sum of the areas of the faces. The sum means adding up all the areas of the faces. That's all we're going to do. So whenever you're dealing with a prism, use the general prism formula. Don't use this one. This one it's just misleading. It works, but I don't want you to use this one. I want you to use the general prism one. The sum of the areas of the faces. It's the most logical. It's the one that makes the most sense and the most straightforward. So thank you. So we're going to use the sum of the areas of the faces. All right. Let's see how many faces. Well, I told you how many faces this has, right? It has 6. So I'm going to color code it for us. I'm going to put the left and the right. I'll put L and R, the left and right faces. T and B for top and bottom face. I'll put front and back in black. Front and back. Left and right, top and bottom, front and back. That's a total of 6 faces. We're going to find the area of all of them and add them up, and there's your surface area. That's all it is. That's all surface area means. The area of all the faces that make up the shape. Let's rock and roll. So left and right. I'll put in red. So I'm looking at the face on the right first. Right here in red. Look at that, right there. I'm looking at that rectangle. I need to find the area of this rectangle, and if I find the area of that rectangle, I'll multiply it by 2 because the left and the right are the same. So looking at this rectangle, this is a 3 feet by, right here, from here to here is 5 feet. So to find the area of a rectangle, this is length times width. That's from last week. Length times width is 15. So the area of this left face is 15 square feet. But there's 2 of those puppies, the left and the right. So the left and right surface area is going to be 30 square feet. No big deal. top and bottom. So let me just focus in on one of them. I'll just focus on the top rectangle. So this is a 10-footer, right? This edge right here is 10. This side edge is going to be 3. Just focus in on the top rectangle. That's a 10 by 3 rectangle, so 10 times 3 is 30. So it's 30 square feet. But there's 2 of them. The top and bottom are the same rectangle. So I'm going to multiply that by 2. That's 60 square feet. Nice. Rocking and rolling. Last but not least, the front and the back. I'll put them in black. The front, right here. Okay? So the front is a 10 by 5 rectangle. So 10 times 5 is 50. That's 50 square feet. There's 2 of those puppies though, because the front and the back. So that's 100 square feet. Now let's add up all the surface area. $100 plus 60 plus 30 is 190. Let's look at SA. Surface area is 190 square feet. So far, so good. Now let's find the volume though. Come over here. That's surface area. Let's find the volume now. The volume is 3-dimensional space inside, 3D. In other words, how many cubes would fit in inside this prism? If I were to make little cubes, so let's see. There's a cube. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, watch this. So let's pretend that's a cubic foot. Let me make a bunch of these here. Imagine me putting these cubes inside this prism. That's a volume question. You see, how many cubes would fill up the prism itself is what volume is actually after. So my final answer there would be cubic feet. Cubic feet. Now, what is a volume formula though? Let's go to our formula sheet that's on C45. I already put on. I put on C45. I put on C42. I think from before the Thanksgiving break. You know where that's at. If not, shame on you. Watch this. Volume, area of the base times the height. Right there. Capital B times H. Capital B times H. Watch this. What does capital B stand for though? That's weird. Watch this. Capital B times H. Write that down. V as in Victor equals capital B does not mean base. When you see a big fat B like that, you're tempted to say, oh, that's the base. No, it's the area of the base. Now, what's the area of the base? Well, let me hold it in my hand. Okay, here's a prism in my hand. Rojas, give me one light, please. That light switch. Give me that light switch. There's one of them back there. Here's a prism in my hand. The base would be the bottom face. Right there. That's the base of this prism. The bottom face. Or if I'm holding the prism like this, the base is actually this right here, the square right there. Is whatever face is on the bottom is the base. So this is saying, look, find the area of that puppy, that, and then multiply it by the height. The height would just be the distance from that bottom face to the top face. So it'd be this would be the height. find the area of the base, the bottom side, the bottom face, times how far is the bottom face from the top face. That's the height. And you're done. It's actually very easy. Let's rock and roll. Questions so far? Bottom face. The area of that puppy is, look at, there's a bottom face. I'm highlighting in black right there. What's the area of that bottom face? Somebody just bring it out. 50 what? Nice. Nice. Rocking it, Quintero. 50 square feet, because 10 times 5 is 50. Now I'm going to multiply that puppy by the height. Well, the height is the distance from that bottom face to the top face. The height then is going to be 5. What? Chickens, horses, or termites? Cubic. We're dealing with cubes now. Right here. How many of these cubes would fill up the prism? So 250, watch this now. Look at the way I'm going to write it. Feet cubed. Volume. Question. Yeah! We got a question. Go ahead.
The depth? That's a 5. The depth.
The height?
Not the depth.
Well, that's 3, huh? Forgive me, that's my bad. This should have been a 3. It looked like a 5, because I partially erased it. So that makes this 30. 30 times 5 is going to be 150. Good looking. Was that what you're going to say, 2 and 3 pedals? Thank you. Good looking, you guys. Thanks for paying attention. I appreciate that. 150 cubic feet. Let me pass out the cubes you're going to be dealing with shortly after my next example. Okay? Pick any color. Nice, you got the red one. Pick any color you want. Purple. Sorry for my voice. Pick any color. Purple. Any color. Black. Here's what he does. Brown. No one got my favorite color yet. Hopefully Gabriel will get it. I bet she's going to get it. He's got good taste. Boo! Green. Green's my favorite. All right. What you're holding in your hand, would someone dare to describe what you're holding in your hand?
A cube.
What kind though? Cubes come in different shapes and sizes.
Square.
Square cube? What kind of unit though? That's, squares are flat. You're dealing with a cube in your head.
Cubic?
So it's a cubic unit, but what kind of cube is it?
Is that interesting?
Thank you. Now you're getting somewhere. So that's either a cubic inch or a cubic centimeter. What do you guys think? That's a cubic centimeter. That's literally, you have a cubic centimeter in your hand. Because every edge is exactly, and I'll give you a measuring stick later, is exactly 1 centimeter. So you right now, you have a cubic centimeter in your head. And what you're going to cut out in a little while is a prism. You're going to take this puppy together and leave the top flap open. And you're going to fill this puppy up with a bunch of cubic centimeters to figure out the volume. So that's going to come after the next example. Here we go. Last example. Here's example 2. Find surface area and volume. Go write example 2 down, please. Keep that cubic centimeter to the side. You're going to use that shortly. Right now, let's go ahead and draw a cylinder. This is our last example of the day. 10 feet, 15 feet. In other words, the radius of that top face is 10 feet. Let me make it better. This is too weird on the eyes. Put it in yellow. This is 10 feet. This is 15 feet, the height. Copy that down. I got the net of the cylinder in my head. When I open that puppy up, what kind of shapes make up a cylinder? What kind of shapes make it up?
A rectangle and circle.
Right. It's a rectangle. Look at that. This is a rectangle right here and two circles. So surface area means just finding the surface of all three of these shapes in my hand. The rectangle and two circles. That's what the surface area means. But for this one, they give us a little formula. Watch. Get my formula here. Ah, you're taking too long, man. Come on. Here we are. Capital B does not mean base. It means the area of the base. Look at this. 2 times the area of the base plus the circumference times the height. What a funky formula. It's weird. I'm going to explain why it is weird. It makes sense why it's weird. Watch. So surface area is 2B plus CH. Here we go. Surface area. Rocking and rolling. 2B plus CH. What's going on? So funny. Here we go. Oh, I see. So, okay, no. Plus, how about that? Is that what it was? All right. 2B plus CH. This means the area of the base, and the base is the bottom face, which is a circle. I'm going to find the area of one of those puppies and multiply it by 2. Why should I multiply it by 2? Well, there's 2 circles. I'll take the area of one circle. Boom, that's a capital B. Multiply it by 2. That makes sense. But what the heck is this, though? Why circumference times height? What the heck is going on there? How is the circumference and the height the area of the rectangle? Well, look, watch. Ignore the circles. Phone away. 1 second. Thank you. You're the man. To find the area of a rectangle, what do you multiply? The what and the what? What's the area of a rectangle? What times what? What do they call it? Area of the rectangle is what times what? Length times width. Look at. Length, width. But they're writing circumference times height. But look at the circumference. It is the length. Watch. Watch it wrap around that circle, Fonseca. Look at the length of the rectangle. It's going to wrap around Gabriel. It's going to wrap around the circle. So the length is actually the circumference of the circle because it wraps around the circle. Look at that. It's wrapping it around. So this rectangle, the length is the circumference, the height of the cylinder. How tall is the cylinder? Well, it's right here. This is the width of the rectangle, right here. It makes sense, that formula. Let's rock and roll. There we go. Surface area. 2 times the area of the base is pi r squared. To find the area of a circle, that's the base. I'll do the bottom circle because that's the bottom face. It's the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. Mr. Fonseca did that for us on the warm-up. We found the area of that circle, and he used that formula. So 2 times the pi r squared plus, what's the circumference of a circle? Well, Miss Quintero did that for us. 2 pi r. Look at, I'm replacing C with 2 pi r. That's why I did it for warm-up, to warm you guys up. So the area of the circle is right there. Circumference is 2 pi r, and then I'll put h for the height. It's time to plug and chug. And then we'll let the calculator do our work. Let's rock and roll. Surface area then, watch this. 2 times pi is 3.14. We went over that before Thanksgiving. That mysterious number. The radius of the base is 10. We're squaring that puppy. Plus, watch this now, 2 pi r, so that's 2 times 3.14. Radius is 10. Let me move this stuff over here. Really? Now we're talking. So 2 times pi times the radius is 10. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is 15 feet. So 2 times pi times radius. The height is 15. The rest is just calculator button pushing. Literally. I mean literally. Get my calculator out. Nice. 2 times 3.14. I'm just going to type it all in. Times 10 to the second power. Look at that. Plus. Look at 2 times 3.14 times 10 times 15. There it is. 1622. $1,622 chickens, horses, and termites. Thank you. Square feet. Feet to the second. Nice. Talk to me. 1 second. You got a question? You good? Last one. Let's do volume now. In other words, how many cubes will fill up this cylinder? How many cubic feet will fill it up? How many cubic feet fit in there, in that tub, that cylinder?
50.
If you're right, I'll give you a free assignment pass. Let me first write down the volume formula. The good news is, it's the same as a prism. The volume formula for a cylinder is the same as a prism. Area of the base, that's capital B. It's not the base, the area of the base times the height. Let's see if you get that free assignment pass. Bye. You have always not to leave me.
Nah, not sure.
Hurt my feelings, man. You're making me cry.
You remind me of this that you always want to pick on.
Area of the base is pi r squared times the height. Notice I replaced the area of the base with the area of a circle formula. Note that in your mind.
So we already got the area ready.
Thank you. Let's save some time. I love it.
Is it close to 24,000?
I'm not even sure. I'm really bad with mental math. I was a philosophy major. I wasn't even a math major. So,
Okay.
did you say Dan? That was good. Let's see, 3.14. What was the radius? 10, huh? Nice. So 10. Square. The height was 15. guys. You guys better not be crying over this stuff. 3.14 times 10 to the second power, square that puppy, times 15.
Wait, no, that's 4,700.
Chickens, horses, or termites?
What?
Whenever I say that, I mean, that means, what the hell are we counting? Chickens, horses, or termites? What else? Nice, now we're talking. Now we're talking. 4,710 excuse me, cubic feet. Got my remnants from yesterday. Cubic feet. What you have in your hand is a cubic centimeter, and you're about to find out how many of those fits into the prism you're about to cut out.